Welcome to Shadowed Stoics, where we dive deep into the unexplored corners of Stoic philosophy. Join us as we unravel timeless wisdom through the lens of today's challenges, illuminating the path to inner strength and serenity. Subscribe and journey with us into the shadows of the Stoic mind.
Are you ready to challenge yourself further? Today, we're exploring 7 advanced dark Stoic practices that can take your self-improvement to the next level. Don't forget to subscribe for more profound insights. 1. Practicing radical honesty. Radical honesty is not merely about avoiding lies. It's an active commitment to express the truth as you see and feel it in every moment. This includes sharing your thoughts, feelings, and intentions transparently, even when it might create conflict or discomfort. Radical honesty extends beyond personal interactions, influencing how one conducts themselves professionally and internally. The philosophy behind radical honesty. The concept of radical honesty stems from the idea that withholding information or manipulating truth creates stress, disconnection, and mistrust. By being completely honest, you align your speech with your thoughts, which is a form of integrity highly valued in Stoic philosophy. Stoics strive for consistency between their values and their actions, believing this harmony leads to a peaceful and meaningful life. Implementing radical honesty in daily life. Practicing radical honesty starts with self-reflection. Identify situations where you might be inclined to bend the truth to avoid discomfort or please others. Common examples include agreeing with a popular opinion in a group setting, offering insincere compliments, or making excuses for being late or unprepared. Once you recognize these tendencies, consciously decide to speak truthfully in these situations. This might mean expressing a dissenting opinion respectfully, admitting mistakes, or sharing your true feelings about a situation. It's important to balance honesty with tact and consideration for others' feelings, aiming not to use honesty as a weapon, but as a tool for authentic communication. Challenges and considerations. One of the biggest challenges of radical honesty is dealing with the initial impact on relationships. Not everyone appreciates or expects total honesty, and it can lead to misunderstandings or conflicts. Furthermore, radical honesty requires a high level of self-awareness and self-control. It's not just about saying everything that comes to mind, but doing so in a way that is thoughtful and constructive. Another consideration is the emotional toll it can take. Constantly confronting uncomfortable truths can be mentally and emotionally exhausting. It's essential to develop coping strategies, such as meditation or discussing your experiences with a supportive friend or therapist. Benefits of radical honesty. Despite its challenges, the benefits of practicing radical honesty are profound. It can lead to deeper and more trusting relationships, as others come to recognize your commitment to truth. It fosters a clear conscience and can significantly reduce anxiety and stress associated with keeping up pretenses or managing lies. Moreover, radical honesty promotes personal growth. It encourages you to confront and resolve internal conflicts, aligning your beliefs with your actions. This alignment is deeply empowering, leading to increased confidence and a stronger sense of self. How to sustain radical honesty? To sustain radical honesty in the long term, it's crucial to cultivate a supportive environment. Surround yourself with people who understand and respect your commitment to honesty. It's also helpful to regularly reflect on the outcomes of your honesty, considering how it has impacted your relationships and personal growth. Additionally, practicing forgiveness, both forgiving others and seeking forgiveness, is vital. Acknowledge that everyone makes mistakes and that missteps are part of the process. Being gentle with yourself and others as you navigate the complexities of radical honesty will help maintain your commitment without becoming overwhelmed or discouraged. In conclusion, radical honesty is a challenging yet rewarding practice that can transform your relationships and personal integrity. By committing to truthfulness in all aspects of life, you embody the Stoic ideal of living in harmony with one's values, leading to a more fulfilling and stress-free existence. 2. Voluntary isolation. Voluntary isolation, a practice deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, involves deliberately withdrawing from social interactions and external distractions to engage in introspection and self-improvement. This isolation isn't about loneliness or escapism, but a structured and purposeful solitude that facilitates deeper understanding of oneself and one's place in the world. Understanding voluntary isolation. Voluntary isolation requires setting aside time away from the influences of society. This could mean disconnecting from social media, spending time in nature, or dedicating periods to silent meditation. The key is to use this time to reflect deeply on personal values, reassess life goals, and cultivate inner peace without the noise of constant social interaction. Implementing voluntary isolation. To start practicing voluntary isolation, begin by identifying periods in your routine where you can afford to be alone without distractions. It might be early mornings, late evenings, or weekends. During these times, engage in activities that promote reflection, such as journaling, reading philosophical texts, or simply meditating on various aspects of your life. It is also beneficial to occasionally undertake longer periods of isolation, such as going on a retreat or spending a few days alone in a secluded setting. These longer periods allow for more sustained reflection and can lead to significant insights that might not surface during shorter sessions. Challenges of voluntary isolation. The challenge with voluntary isolation lies in the discomfort it can initially produce. Many people find it difficult to be alone with their thoughts, facing internal fears and anxieties without distractions. Additionally, in a society that often equates busyness with productivity and worth, choosing isolation can be misunderstood by others, adding social pressure to an already challenging practice. Benefits of voluntary isolation. The benefits of voluntary isolation are profound. It provides clarity of thought, allowing you to prioritize your life's goals and actions according to your true desires and not as a reaction to external pressures. It strengthens mental resilience, as spending time alone with one's thoughts trains the mind to handle solitude and personal challenges more effectively. Moreover, isolation can enhance creativity. Freed from the immediate influence of others' ideas and opinions, you can develop unique perspectives and solutions to problems. This creative freedom is vital for personal and professional growth. Sustaining voluntary isolation. To sustain voluntary isolation, it's important to see it as a regular practice rather than a one-off experience. Incorporate it into your routine in a way that feels manageable and beneficial rather than overwhelming. Adjust the duration and frequency of your isolation periods based on what you discover about your needs and capacities. Also, prepare for your time in isolation with specific intentions or questions you want to explore. This preparation makes the time spent alone more productive and ensures that you are not just isolated, but engaged in meaningful self-reflection. In conclusion, voluntary isolation is a powerful Stoic practice that allows for profound personal growth and self-understanding. By embracing periods of solitude, you can develop a clearer, more focused mind and a deeper connection with your own values and goals. 3. Fasting and physical endurance. Fasting and physical endurance are practices that challenge the body to cultivate strength and discipline of the mind. These rigorous activities push individuals beyond their comfort zones, fostering resilience and teaching valuable lessons about self-control, and the limits of one's physical and mental capacities. Understanding fasting and physical endurance. Fasting involves abstaining from food for a specified period to develop discipline and appreciation for what one has, while physical endurance activities like marathon running, extensive hiking, or rigorous training regimes push the body to its physical limits. Both practices are deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes control over desires and the ability to endure hardship as pathways to personal growth and freedom. Implementing fasting and physical endurance. To begin fasting, one might start with intermittent fasting, gradually increasing the duration as comfort with the practice grows. The key is to monitor the body's responses and maintain a healthy balance, ensuring that the practice supports overall well-being rather than detracting from it. For physical endurance, start with moderate activities and gradually increase the intensity and duration. This might involve setting goals for distance or duration in running, cycling, or swimming, and methodically working towards these goals while being mindful of the body's signals and needs. Challenges of fasting and physical endurance. The challenges associated with these practices include physical discomfort, hunger, fatigue, and at times, emotional stress. These difficulties are intrinsic to the practices and are crucial for their effectiveness in building resilience. Moreover, maintaining consistency and motivation, especially when progress seems slow or when faced with physical limitations, can be demanding. Benefits of fasting and physical endurance. The benefits of engaging in fasting and physical endurance are manifold. Physically, these practices improve health by enhancing metabolic flexibility, cardiovascular health, and overall physical fitness. Mentally, they reinforce self-discipline, improve focus, and increase mental toughness. By regularly overcoming physical challenges, one can also experience increased self-esteem and a profound sense of accomplishment. Fasting and physical endurance also have spiritual and psychological benefits, as they allow individuals to explore their personal limits and potentials. These practices can lead to a deeper understanding of one's body and mind, fostering a harmonious relationship between the two. Sustaining fasting and physical endurance. To sustain these practices long-term, it is essential to integrate them into your lifestyle in a balanced and healthy manner. Setting realistic goals and gradually progressing towards them can prevent burnout and reduce the risk of injury. It is also helpful to keep a log of your activities and reflections on your experiences to track progress and maintain motivation. Engaging in community activities or groups that share similar goals can provide support and encouragement, making the practices more enjoyable and sustainable. Regularly revisiting your intentions for engaging in these practices can also help keep your motivation aligned with your deeper values and goals. In conclusion, fasting and physical endurance are powerful practices that not only enhance physical health, but also promote mental and spiritual growth. They teach valuable lessons about persistence, limits, and personal potential, making them essential components of a Stoic lifestyle aimed at self-improvement and resilience. 4. Intense meditation on failure. Intense meditation on failure is a practice where you deliberately focus on past failures to extract lessons and prepare for future challenges. Unlike casual reflection, this involves a deep and structured analysis of where things went wrong and why, which can be both enlightening and emotionally taxing. Understanding intense meditation on failure. This practice is based on the Stoic belief that wisdom comes from experience, including negative experiences. By meditating intensely on past failures, you confront and disarm the fears associated with those failures, turning them into opportunities for growth. This process involves dissecting each failure to understand the factors involved, the decisions made, and the outcomes that resulted. Implementing intense meditation on failure. To practice intense meditation on failure, start by selecting a specific failure that had a significant impact on your life. Allocate a quiet time where you can reflect without interruptions. Write down all the details of the event, including how it unfolded, your role in it, and its consequences. Ask yourself what lessons can be learned and how similar situations can be handled better in the future. Next, analyze your emotional responses to the failure. Did fear, anger, or pride influence your decisions? How did these emotions affect the outcome? By understanding your emotional landscape during those moments, you can work on managing these emotions better in future situations. Challenges of intense meditation on failure. One of the main challenges of this practice is the discomfort and pain associated with revisiting past failures. It can be difficult to face one's shortcomings and mistakes openly and without self-judgment. There is also the risk of dwelling too much on the past, which can lead to unnecessary self-blame and a decrease in self-esteem if not managed carefully. Benefits of intense meditation on failure. The benefits of this practice are substantial. It enhances self-awareness and promotes a realistic assessment of one's capabilities and limitations. It also improves decision-making by highlighting past errors in judgment and their consequences, which can inform future choices and strategies. Moreover, regular practice diminishes the fear of failure as it becomes a recognized and utilized part of the learning process. Sustaining intense meditation on failure. To sustain this practice, it is crucial to maintain a balanced perspective and integrate the insights gained into everyday life. It may help to share your findings with a trusted mentor or peer who can provide an outside perspective and additional insights. Regularly updating your strategies and approaches based on these meditations can make the practice an integral part of your personal and professional growth. 5. Seeking criticism. Actively seeking criticism involves inviting feedback from others about your behaviors, work, or ideas. This practice requires humility and openness to often uncomfortable truths, providing a vital opportunity for growth and improvement. Understanding seeking criticism. Stoicism teaches the value of external perspectives in understanding ourselves and our actions better. By actively seeking criticism, you open yourself to others' observations and experiences, which can provide insights that you might overlook or be unaware of. Implementing seeking criticism. Begin by identifying areas in your life or work where you seek improvement. Approach people who have observed you in these areas and ask for honest feedback. It is important to approach this process with humility and the genuine intention to learn and grow, rather than defend or explain your actions. Prepare yourself emotionally to receive feedback that may be hard to hear. Listen carefully and objectively, taking notes if necessary. Thank each person for their feedback, regardless of whether you agree with it or not. Challenges of seeking criticism. The primary challenge is managing emotional responses. Receiving criticism can be hard, especially if it touches on sensitive areas or comes across as harsh. There's also the risk that feedback may not always be constructive or delivered with care. Benefits of seeking criticism. The benefits of seeking criticism include accelerated personal and professional growth, improved relationships through better mutual understanding, and increased self-awareness. This feedback can guide significant improvements in skills, behaviors, and decision-making processes. Sustaining seeking criticism. To sustain the practice of seeking criticism, regularly reflect on the feedback received and take actionable steps based on this input. It can also be helpful to establish a routine, such as monthly or quarterly reviews, where you seek out feedback in a structured manner. 6. Renouncing comforts. Renouncing comforts involves deliberately giving up certain luxuries and conveniences to foster appreciation for simpler living and to develop resilience. This Stoic practice encourages reflection on what is truly necessary for happiness and well-being, challenging the modern inclination towards materialism and comfort. Understanding renouncing comforts. The practice of renouncing comforts is rooted in the Stoic idea that true happiness comes not from external goods or pleasures, but from virtue and the control of one's desires. By periodically forsaking physical comforts, individuals can train themselves to be less dependent on external conditions and more focused on internal fulfillment. Implementing renouncing comforts. Begin by identifying comforts that you regularly rely on, such as technology, gourmet foods, or luxury goods. Choose one or more of these comforts to abstain from for a set period. This could involve fasting from gourmet foods, limiting technology use to essential tasks, or opting for public transportation instead of personal vehicles. The key to effectively implementing this practice is to start gradually and reflect on the experience. Notice any feelings of discomfort or resistance that arise, and consider what these reactions reveal about your dependencies and habits. Challenges of renouncing comforts. One of the main challenges is the initial discomfort and inconvenience that comes with giving up familiar comforts. There may also be social pressures or judgments from others who do not understand or value this practice. Additionally, finding the right balance between beneficial self-denial and unnecessary hardship can be difficult. Benefits of renouncing comforts. Renouncing comforts offers several benefits. It can lead to greater appreciation for what you have and a deeper sense of gratitude for simple pleasures. This practice also strengthens self-discipline and willpower, as it involves resisting short-term impulses for long-term well-being. Furthermore, it can lead to a more sustainable lifestyle, reducing consumption and waste. Sustaining renouncing comforts. To sustain the practice of renouncing comforts, regularly incorporate new forms of comfort renunciation into your routine. It can also be helpful to connect with others who practice or value simplicity and minimalism. Reflecting regularly on the benefits experienced from this practice can reinforce its value and motivate continued commitment. 7. Writing daily reflections. Writing daily reflections involves journaling about your thoughts, experiences, and emotions each day. This practice helps to develop self-awareness, foster personal growth, and maintain mental clarity. Understanding writing daily reflections. Daily reflection through writing is a practice endorsed by many Stoic philosophers who saw it as a way to examine one's life and ensure alignment with Stoic principles. By reflecting on the day's events and one's reactions to them, individuals can gain insights into their behaviors and motivations and make adjustments where necessary. Implementing writing daily reflections. To start, set aside a specific time each day for reflection, such as in the evening before bed. Use a journal to record your thoughts on the day's events, focusing on how you responded to various situations and how these responses align with your values and goals. Include both positive and negative experiences and try to identify any patterns or recurring themes in your behavior. Ask yourself what you learned from the day's events and how you could improve your responses in the future. Challenges of writing daily reflections. The primary challenge is making time for this practice in a busy schedule and maintaining consistency, especially when life feels repetitive or uneventful. Some days it might also be difficult to confront uncomfortable truths about oneself. Benefits of writing daily reflections. The benefits of writing daily reflections are substantial. This practice promotes emotional intelligence and self-understanding, providing a valuable tool for personal development. It can also enhance problem-solving skills, as it encourages you to think critically about your life and the choices you make. Sustaining writing daily reflections. To sustain the habit of writing daily reflections, it can be useful to integrate this practice into your nighttime routine, making it as habitual as brushing your teeth. Additionally, reviewing past entries periodically can provide motivation to continue as you see the progress you've made over time.
Thank you for exploring the depths of Stoicism with us today. If you found value in our journey, please like, share, and subscribe to continue uncovering the wisdom of the Stoics.